Jimmy V Award for Perseverance, please welcome two of the greatest ever Hall of Famers, John Elway and Dan Marino.
If you know your NFL history, you know the 1983 draft was legendary. 6 quarterbacks were taken in the first round. 3 of them would reach the Hall of Fame. One is this guy.
And this guy.
And one guy is named Jim Kelly, a special guy.
There might be nothing harder in football than getting to the brink of what you dream of and falling short. Well, Jim Kelly led the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl 4 times, and each time fell just short. But time and again, Jim found a way to lead his team back the next season, out of the darkness, ready to climb back to the top once more.
Since Jim retired, he's traveled a tougher road than any of us could have imagined. But as you're about to hear, he's lived his life the same way he played the game of football.
Kelly backing up, falls down, gets up.
Jim Kelly's career was defined by his toughness. A toughness instilled in him through 5 simple words, uttered time and again by his father.
Get up, you'll be all right. He wanted us to understand that we're all going to go through tough times. You're going to fall down, but when you fall down, get up. That's how my dad raised all of us.
And all these years later, that phrase still defines Jim's life, long after he left football behind.
I've had to make one of the most difficult decisions of my life.
The time I announced my retirement, my wife was pregnant. When her water broke, it was Valentine's Day. This is my birthday. Wow, wouldn't it be awesome if we had a boy? I thought about my son, we're number 12. All these dreams I had. But the good Lord had different plans for me.
Hunter James Kelly was born 2 weeks after Jim retired, the son he'd always dreamed of having.
He was ecstatic. You would have thought he won 20 Super Bowls. He was going to go hunting and fishing and doing all the things that fathers and sons do. There was this beautiful story unfolding right before our very eyes. Although everything seemed perfect, it was far from perfect.
The devastating news came when Hunter was 4 months old. He'd been diagnosed with Krabbe's disease, a rare and fatal condition of the nervous system.
I was mad. I was frustrated. Why me? You give me a son and then tell me his average life is 14 months? Watch him suffer?
He was on oxygen 24 hours a day. And he was tube fed, so he never ate by mouth.
Every morning we woke up, was like, is this the day that our son's going to heaven?
It has been written throughout my career that toughness is my trademark. Well, the toughest person I've ever met in my life is my hero, my soldier, my son, Hunter.
Hunter would go on to become one of the longest living survivors of infantile Krabbe's disease. He lived to be 8.5 years old.
Hunter never spoke a word, but he taught my wife and I the definition of toughness, the definition of never giving up, because he never gave up one day of his life.
For the last 5 years, Jim Kelly has been facing yet another test. Cancer. Diagnosed in his jaw. Cancer he's beaten twice. Cancer that this year returned for a 3rd time, leading to more surgeries and more challenges ahead.
When I was first diagnosed, I was by myself and I just broke down. It wasn't because I had cancer. It was because I'm going to tell my wife, my 2 daughters, that they just lost a son, their brother. And now they're going to lose the other man of their life, their father, their husband.
I witnessed Jim be devastated and broken as a person. And so I just kept praying. Praying that there was more to our story than our heartbreak, and that God had a plan and a purpose for all the pain that we had gone through.
I at times think, okay, all the suffering, all the pain, all that's done with, I'll be fine. But I always get thrown another curveball, and it's to see how he reacts. I've been through a lot in my life. Good days, bad days, heartbreak. But it doesn't matter. I will never give up. I will keep fighting till the end. Gina, you'll be all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the 2018 Jimmy V Award for Perseverance, Jim Kelly.
Well, it is never easy watching video about my son. So many times I dreamt and continue to dream about my son Hunter and what he's meant in my life. They will never stop. And then when I look up here and I see Dan and I see John, I just reflect back on some of the things we've been through and some of the things we went through and all the good times, our golf tournaments that, you know, we had so much fun. Dan, you and I battling year after year, twice a year. And John, on behalf of this class of 1983, the 5 other quarterbacks, thank you for winning 2 Super Bowls for us. We appreciate that, especially me and Dan. When I look back in my life, I've always lived by the 4 F's. The one I had, but I've changed it, was fun. Even though I still have fun, I put the one in there that means more to me now than it ever has, and that's my faith. My faith in the good Lord, that He has plans. He has plans for my life. Through my son, Hunter, we will make a difference. My family, wow, I don't know what I can say. My daughter, Erin, every single time she walks into the hospital, not one time did she ever have a frown on her face. It was always, Daddy, you look so good. You are so cute. And she'd give me a hug. My daughter, Cameron, so many times she would hug me and I didn't want to leave her go. Even today when she hugs me, I don't want to leave her go. And my wife, Jill, you are my heart. You are my soul. You are my everything. I love you, Jill. My brothers, I have 5 brothers, Pat, Ed, Ray, Danny, and Kevin. They've been through everything with me, the good times and bad times. The Super Bowls, we had fun. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my 5 brothers. I love you guys. My Bills family, from the Wilson family to Terry and Kim Pagula, our new owners, to the wackadoodle buddies of mine, Bruce, Thurman, Andre, Daryl, Biscuit, Wills, Tasher, all you guys.
Every single day, they continue to have group text messaging. It drives me crazy because they always put me in it. But keep doing it. It makes me laugh. It puts smiles on my faces. My Hunter's Hope family. There are 60 families right now in Buffalo, New York, that their kids have the same disease as my son has. They are trying to make a difference. I just want to let them know that I will be home tomorrow, me and my family, to go with you and to be able to go out there and make a difference. My friends out there, my high school football coach, who is the reason I have a gold jacket, is the reason I turned professional, is the reason I'm still sitting here, Terry Henry. I love you, Coach. And I know I got some people out here today in the audience, Peter John, Tom, and David Kern, my best friend, my assistant for 20 years, Chris. So thank you all for being here. If somebody brought you back home, I wouldn't be here. And finally, the fans. I came up with a saying, make a difference today for someone who is fighting for their tomorrow. When I look across this arena, and when I talk to people, I look at people, you don't need to be a Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers to make a difference out there. Every single person in this room can be a difference maker. You can be just a normal person who gets up every morning and goes to work. But you can be a difference maker. Put a smile on those faces. My kids, my friends, when they came in to see me, not once did they ever have a frown on their face. So I just urge anybody out there, if you have somebody out there who's suffering, it doesn't have to be cancer. It could be somebody you're not having a good day. It could be your mom, your dad. It could be your grandparents. What you say to them and the smile that you have on your face, that can be the difference in them making it the next day. Remember that. Always, always persevere. Like Jimmy B said, never, ever give up. And to my Bills fans back home, I love you. And to everybody here tonight, and to the Jimmy B Foundation, thank you for honoring me and humbling me with this award. I love you all. God bless, and may the good Lord continue to bless you. Thank you.
Honored to support the Jimmy V Award for Perseverance.